Now we'll be discussing about the motion in a plane, some equations related with the motion in a plane. So let us discuss how these equations helps to find out the projectile motion, because the next topic that we are going to discuss about after the motion in a plane, we are going to discuss a part which is called as a projectile motion. Now what is a projectile motion? Just I am giving a brief about that. Projectile motion, when we throw an object to a certain height, okay, when we throw a ball to like suppose if I throw this in this way, so what will happen? It will not go directly straight up to the air. Okay, so after some time, when it goes up, after some time it will be falling down. Why does it falling down? It falls down only under the action of the gravity. Any object that falls under the action of the gravity alone, that is called as a free fall, or also called as a projectile motion. So what we'll be doing, we'll be discussing about the different types of projectile motion. Firstly, let us discuss about the motion in a plane, some equations related with the motion in a plane. So let us see these equations. So let us discuss about the equations related with the motion in a plane. So we'll be discussing about the velocity vector in a plane, acceleration in a plane. So that equation will be helpful, as I've already told, in the projectile motion. First of all, let me discuss about the motion in a plane first. Then we'll be discussing about the position vector. Okay, so the position vector, we have already discussed that position vector is a vector starting from the origin up till the point where we have taken. Suppose now for the motion in a plane, that means as we know, plane means two-dimensional motion. There is a plane. Suppose we consider there is a path. Okay, there is a path. We need to find out the position vector of this path. Okay, so suppose if I consider that this point, I consider this is the point A, this point I consider this is the point B. If I want to find out the position vector, how will you find out? The position vector, you have to draw a vector from the origin to the point A, or draw a vector from the origin to the point B. Suppose for point A, I will be taking as R1 vector, and for the R2 vector will be for the point B. This is how we represent the position vector. We have already done this part. Okay. Now suppose if I consider that the point A is your initial point and B is your final point. Okay, A is your initial point, B is your final point. So how will you find out the displacement vector? This also we have done. For drawing the displacement vector, you have to see the initial point and the final point, and you have to draw a point starting from the initial point to the final point. You have to draw a straight line. It will be represented by delta R vector. Clear? Now what I'll be doing, I'll be writing the equation of the R1 and R2 in terms of rectangular components. Suppose if I write R1 vector, suppose for the point A we have the coordinates x1, y1, and for the B we have the coordinates, suppose x2, y2. These are the suppose coordinates. If I break this, because I have written in two dimensions, if I break this in terms of the rectangular components, what I can write, it will be x1 I cap plus y1 j cap. Similarly, R2 vector will be equals to x2 I cap plus y2 j cap. So these are the two equations of the position vector in a two-dimensional motion. Now let us find out the displacement vector. These are position vectors. If I want to find out the displacement vector, okay, for finding out the displacement vector, what we can do, delta R vector will be equals to, we have to subtract final position minus of the initial position. As I have already told, here your R2 is final position, R1 is your initial position. So subtract R2 minus of R1 vector equals to, as I have already taken the values of R2 and R1, I'll be placing the value here, x2 I cap plus y2 j cap minus of x1 I cap plus y1 j cap. Okay, x2 I cap plus y2 j cap minus x1 I cap plus y1 j cap equals to, I'll take I cap as common, so it will come out as x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap. I have taken I cap and j cap as common. So x2 minus x1 is equal to plus y2 minus y1 j cap. So this is the equation for the position vector. If you want to simplify it more, what I can write, this is the change in position in x direction. I can write this as delta x I cap plus delta y j cap. Here delta x is representing change in position in x direction, change in position in y direction. So this is the equation for the displacement vector for motion in a plane. This is in a form of vector. If suppose if it is given to find out its magnitude, how will you find out its magnitude? But before that, you have to write this part. Pause the video, just write this part. Okay. Next, suppose if I want to find out the displacement, that is the magnitude of displacement. Magnitude of displacement means this is the magnitude. Magnitude of displacement delta r vector. You have to put in between a modulus. Okay, in between a modulus will be equal to root over. You have to write x2 minus x1 whole square plus it will be y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is how we find out the magnitude form. This is the displacement vector in a magnitude form. Okay, so we have done the position vector equation, displacement vector equation, and the displacement vector equation in a magnitude form. Next, I am going to write about the velocity of a particle moving in a plane. So let us see that equation. Now for the velocity of a particle in a plane. Okay, in a plane I am going to discuss, that means in a two-dimensional motion. First of all, I will write average velocity. Average velocity. It can be written as VAV is equals to average velocity is the rate of change of displacement. So it will be dr by dt. Here dr is representing your displacement. Okay, or we can write in place of d, we can write delta. Change in this position divided by change in time. Now this is equation number 1. Now if I calculate the velocity, suppose instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity. Instantaneous velocity we have discussed in a motion in a straight line chapter that if I want to calculate the instantaneous velocity, which means velocity at an instant. Okay, at an instant. What is this velocity? We can calculate by using instantaneous velocity. But how? Instantaneous velocity is equals to limit of delta t tends to 0 average velocity. You have to take limit over the average velocity. So if I put a value limit delta t tends to 0, average velocity is delta r by delta t. I will be putting that in bracket. If I break the limit, okay, if I break the limit, this delta will be changed to dr by dt. Okay, or you can do one more step. Before doing this, you can do one more step. This you can split. Before, as you can see in the displacement equation that we have done, the previous one that we have done, here you can change to limit delta t tends to 0. Okay, we can write delta x by delta t I cap in brackets plus delta y by delta t j cap. I put the value of the displacement vector. Then after that you can break the limit. Now if I break the limit, what will you get? After breaking the limit, you will get limit delta t tends to 0, delta x by delta t I cap. First multiply the limit inside plus limit delta t tends to 0, delta y by delta t j cap. Okay, delta y by delta t j cap. Next step, you can pause it, you can write this part. Okay, I'm running the above part. Next part, what we can do, delta x by delta, if I break the limit, as I have already told, this will be changed to dx by dt I cap, plus this will be changed to dy by dt j cap. Okay, rate of change of displacement along the x direction, this is represented by vx I cap plus it will be vy j cap. Okay, so v vector is equals to vx I cap plus vy j cap. This is the equation of the velocity in a two-dimensional motion, that is a motion in a plane. Okay, so if you want to find out the magnitude of this, how will you find out? Root over, you just square this, vx square plus vy square. So this is our equation, suppose 1, this is our equation number 2. This is in a magnitude form. So this is how we calculate the velocity vector in a plane. So next part what we'll be discussing motion in a plane with a constant acceleration. Okay, now suppose if I want to write the acceleration equation, that a will be equals to v2 minus of v1 divided by t2 minus of t1 in a vector form. This is a motion in a plane with a constant acceleration. I am writing the acceleration equation, change in velocity by change in time. Okay, now suppose if I consider that if your time t1 is equals to 0 and you take t2 is equals to suppose t at a certain time interval, any time interval, then what we can write? We can write v1 as v0, okay, v1 as v0, and v2 we can write as v. What does v0 represents? v0 represents that is velocity at the time t is equals to 0. This is 0. Okay, it is representing 0 time. So v2 is equals to v. So if I put in this equation, suppose a will be now changed to v minus of v0 divided by t2 minus t1, so it will be t. Because 1 t1 will be, we have taken 0, so it will be 0. So it will be v minus of v0 is equals to a into t. Okay, v minus of v0 is equals to a into t. I have just cross multiplied. Next step what I will be doing, I will be putting the rectangular components now. V, since it is a vector, this also I will be putting rectangular component, this also I will be putting, but don't put rectangular components on the t. This because I have already told that scalar quantity cannot be expressed in terms of rectangular components. T is a scalar quantity. Okay, now you can pause it again, you can write this part. I am writing this part. So if I write the v vector, I will be marking this as equation number 1. V vector will be equals to vx I cap plus vy j cap. Or you can do one thing, in this way only, we will be putting the different values. So equation 1 we can implies, I am not writing the next step, okay. We can express v0 also in this way and a also in this way. So I will be directly putting the value bx I cap plus by j cap. Put v0 on the right hand side. v0 x I cap plus v0 y j cap plus ax I cap plus ay j cap into t. Okay, next step, you just take a common of I cap and j cap. v0 x plus ax, it will be I cap plus v0 y plus ay j cap. We take that as a common. Clear? Now suppose if I mark this as equation number 2. Now what I have to do, I have to compare the left hand side and the right hand side. You can see on the left hand side we have I cap, j cap. Right hand side also we have I cap and a j cap. But here with I cap we have vx. On the right hand side with the I cap we have v0 x plus ax. So after comparing, okay, after comparing both sides, we can write Vx is equals to V naught x plus Ax. Okay. I think we have left out with some. This we should have T. One T is there. Okay. One T is left out. The T is multiplied. Ax T, comma dy will be equals to V naught y plus ay into T. Okay. So you can see we have got the equation of Vx and we have got the equation of Vy. Now what does this represent, you see? This represents that we are doing the motion in a plane in two-dimensional equation. Okay. From this equation, you can see from this equation what we have got. From this equation we have got two one-dimensional equation. Okay. That means the velocity vector of or acceleration in a plane or any motion in a plane equation consists of two one-dimensional equation. If you combine two one-dimensional equation, you will be getting a two-dimensional equation. As you can see here, this is one dimension along x-axis, this is one dimension along y-axis. Okay, so this you can see if I split, so Vx is equals to this and Vy is equals to this. So it is same that the two-dimensional equation consists of two one-dimensional equation. Then you have to write it below. That two-dimensional equation consists of two one-dimensional equation of motion. Okay, so that statement you have to write it below because I will be giving a question related to that. Okay, so thank you for today. We will be continuing in the next class, and these equations will be using in the projectile motion. Okay, please be prepared because in the next we have the live class, so go to the equation properly. Okay, I will be asking in the live class. Thank you.